Hello indie game fans, more awesome indie games to check out and wishlist for July, where we do have some Kickstarter titles that need your help, and in appreciation of that, do keep your eyes peeled for a Steam key drop somewhere in this video, so make sure to watch the video in full to get your goodies. Let's begin with Anvil Saga, a pixel art management sim where you play as a blacksmith, having to forge your fate by providing your services to the correct people. On top of the shopkeeping and management aspect, or having to purchase materials and manage workers, there are random story events as well as a meta-narrative where you can choose to aid certain factions with your goods, affecting the larger world around you. Me being me, of course the pixel art is a draw, looking to be quite a complete management sim experience, so I'm down for this. There are a number of Kickstarter titles in this video as well, much like yesterday's video focusing on Metroidvanias, so the first pick is Havoc Fox, a retro action platformer that looks fantastic. I find it quite interesting that this seems to be heavily inspired by Freedom Planet, which in turn was inspired by Sonic, so we're going several layers deep here. Similarly, this has multiple playable characters with 2 here, each looking to play differently, and do have unique stages and campaigns as well, where I do think that it's quite an ambitious scope as compared to a single protagonist game. Love the art, and there appears to be a variety in gameplay as well, since it does have shoot 'em up and rhythm game sections. This has 25% more to go with just 7 days left in the campaign, so please support this if interested. The developer of Lumione did reach out to me, and having taken a look, of course I'm in. It's a precision platformer title set in a deep sea universe, but don't be scared off just yet, it doesn't look as bad as other underwater levels in other games. Rather, the platforming looks fluid, but the underwater setting does allow for swimming and an interesting looking jump, which should be cleverly used in the level design. Gorgeous looking game as well, with some fantastic lighting, making it a title of interest, and do check out the demo for a feel of how this controls. Love the picks so far? Smack that like button and subscribe. Special video at 69 for 20 subscribers. Nice. The second Kickstarter title of the day is Soulchild, one that describes itself as a story-driven platformer with Metroidvania elements rather than a full-on Metroidvania, where the emphasis appears to be on platforming and exploration rather than combat. You and your big brother have been kicked out of hell by the new Demon King, thus having to find another way back home through a magical door, which of course requires quite the trek to get there. You're able to equip various masks, which gives you new abilities, forming the core of the Metroidvania type experience, although the lack of combat might not exactly put it in that same genre. I gotta swing back to June for some smaller games I missed, where Robobo TM is a title of interest. It's a cute looking action title with puzzle and tower defense elements where you play as a robot and have to blast away at gears before time runs out. It's from a solo developer from Brazil who did earnestly reach out to me, where Brazilian indie developers have been killing it so far, so check out my video in the top right for more examples. If you're interested, this developer has kindly provided a Steam key, so fastest fingers first once again. Our final Kickstarter title of the day is Ignis Universia Awakening of the Erudite Empress, a title which did seem oddly familiar to me, and then I remembered that I covered the free earlier entry, Ignis Universia Eternal Sisters Saga DX, sometime last year. Both of these are visual novel JRPG hybrids with 4:4 breaking humor, but this new entry trades in the pixel art for 3D models and hand-drawn art, where of course I do have a preference for the earlier look. There are recurring characters from the first game in our 4 heroines, but I do think that anyone interested in JRPGs should give this a look. Another smaller title from June that I missed is Quin, a sleek looking card game that is basically Uno. Love the art style, and this is always fun with friends, and at a fairly decent price, grab a couple of friends and this should be a night or two of entertainment sorted out. I did mean to cover Catizens during the Steam Next Festival, but unfortunately, as mentioned, my timing was off on that since it ended sooner than I thought, but this adorable colony sim is certainly worth a wishlist. It's a RimWorld inspired game where you manage a colony of cats, watching them build, grow, defend and thrive as they adapt to the environment. There's farming, crafting, and even questing, where there does appear to be some sort of campaign with different scenarios, so it's a little more guided than a sandbox experience, and looks like it's for fans of the genre.
絶海の孤島にそびえ立つ願望の塔。空に霞む頂上を極めた者には、あらゆる願いを叶える秘宝が授けられるという。
The final smaller game of June is Soaring Machinariae, an action-adventure RPG from a Japanese developer that looks pretty good. While yes, it is made in RPG Maker, it's actually pretty cohesive and well put together, where it's interesting to see that the program does allow you to make action rather than turn-based titles. Our protagonist is actually an automaton, adventuring to a remote island in search of treasure, where they do run into an old rival and mysterious hostile forces. It does have full Japanese voice acting, which is pretty impressive, so a criminally overlooked title that should be of interest. I covered the survival crafting title Breakwaters when it had its Kickstarter campaign, which concluded with almost 10 times its goal, so I'm pretty happy for this developer and do hope that development has been smooth so far. It got my attention since it's a survival game but from the third-person perspective, where in addition to the usual resource gathering and crafting, it does also have a settlement building element as well. It got a new trailer which did show off a much more polished version of the game as compared to what was shown earlier, where all the crafting and scavenging is in service of battling massive titans in order to bring calm to the waves. It looks awesome and does even have online multiplayer support, so who knows, they might just be able to pull off a Valheim down the line, taking the number 1 spot. For my favourite survival games, watch this video and I will see you after the jump.